Well. This has been a day. I've been talking and talking and talking, thinking I was live, and I never pressed the second go live button. And so I've been here all by myself, saying all kinds of stuff, and no one's heard me. Oh my goodness gracious, today is a day. And what we say matters. That is what we're talking about today. So I don't know if I can recap everything I've already said, but I'm going to try really hard because it's important for you to hear it, right? Even though I didn't press the record button the first time, I've got it pressed now. And I want to go back and say these things because what I want to say is what we say truly matters. I'm a firm believer that we shape our mindset daily. The things we say, the things we think, the things we do, especially those things we say and do to ourselves, matter because it shapes who we are, how we live, how we perceive the world, and more importantly, how we perceive ourselves in the world, right? And so the conversations you have with yourself where you're saying things and the conversations you say with others matters. It creates what you want in the world or what you don't want in the world, right? Depending on what you're saying. So, for example, I always talk about how some people, when they don't have money, they say they're broke. And that's just not true because when you think about what broke means, the words broken, it means that you're damaged. It means you're in need of repair, right? You need to be picked up and fixed because you're damaged. And that's not a good place to be in because money is never what makes you whole or unwhole, right? It's just an exchange of value. And so you have to look at it differently. And so the words you choose to do that make a difference in your life because the words you use and the things you think and the things you say and the emotions that you have in it is what attracts or disattracts. So you can say, I believe, I believe, I believe. But if in that I believe, you're also going, I'm so scared, I'm so scared, I'm so scared. The I'm so scared is what you're attracting more of in your life. Because that's where all of the emotion and feeling and power is going. And so you need to change that up so that you're in alignment with what you're feeling and what you're saying. And that requires you to really hone in and be careful with the words you're saying. So this is why people look at affirmations sometimes and they say they don't work. Because they're saying an affirmation they don't believe. They're saying something that then their mind looks at it and go, nope, nope, nope. Because, and they start listing off all the reasons why that's not true. You can't get anywhere like that. You're just fighting yourself. You have to get to a point where you can hear what you're saying and believe it and accept it, and that your mind can accept it and then work on your behalf to make it a reality. So sometimes that requires really, really honing in on things. So like I know, for instance, when I first decided I was going to love me and I was going to love my body, and I would look in the mirror and, as the affirmation is always, I love my body, it's working at its highest efficiency, it's, all those kinds of things. And I didn't love my body. It was a big blob. My body wasn't working at its highest efficiency. I was literally broken. I could lay flat on my back with my knees up. I couldn't lay flat. I couldn't stand up. I couldn't sit up. I was literally broken. So none of those words was something my mind could accept. And so what I chose to say was, this is my body, right? Or I have a body and this is it. This is my body. Because I couldn't refute that. I could believe it and accept it. This is my body. I have a body. This is it. I have one. Eventually, I was like, wait, I really like how thick my eyelashes are. I love how my eyebrows flow. I started to be able to find things that I loved, but it took time of just being able to sit with something that my mind could accept as true by saying words that were true and that were acceptable, right? And then took also changing the value I had on me. Because for a long time, I didn't value me. I valued the income I could bring in. I valued the work I could put out. And I only saw myself as valuable in terms of the work and the income. And so even sick and lying on the bed with my knees up, I had a computer on my knees trying to type and do work. And at that point I was writing articles because it was the only thing I could do and getting paid by the word. Because it mattered to me. My value was in the output of the work. And my value was in the income. And if I couldn't bring in income and I couldn't do work, I had no value. So I had to change that paradigm shift, because what I was saying to myself was I had no value other than what I could produce. When in reality, I was intrinsically valuable. I had value because I was created by the Creator, and I was loved by the Creator. My value was just within me being born, was in me being here. I had value in and of itself, right? So I would say I was born worthy. I was born with value. And so I had to start to learn to accept that love and know, wait, I am valuable. I'm valuable whether I can type on this keyboard or not. I'm valuable whether I'm bringing in cash or not. I am valuable because I'm loved. And I love. What I was telling myself, the words that I said mattered. It changed how I perceived myself in the world. And that happens all the time. So a lot of times we'll go into a victim thing and we'll go, oh, why is this happening to me? Why is this happening to me? Because as long as you're a victim, everything's going to happen to you. But when you start to realize you have choices and you choose how to respond to each thing, you'll see that there's lessons in the things that are going on in your life. And you can start to honestly see and say, okay, why is this happening for me now? What am I supposed to learn from this? Let me break this down and see what's going on in my life right now that's bringing this situation to the forefront. Because everything that happens in my life happens for me, either to clean up some old karma, to help me learn a lesson, to get me prepared for something. It never just happens randomly because I'm protected and loved by the Creator. And everything that happens for me. And I just have to figure out what it is so that I can get the lesson and move forward. Right? The words we say matter. How we say them, what we're saying means something. Because every time we talk about anything, how we express ourselves is how we look at the world and how we determine the world. And everything that comes into the world through us or into our lives is filtered through that perception we've created by the words and the thoughts that we're having that create our mindset. So it's really, really, really important to think before you speak and to make sure the thoughts are the thoughts that you want to bring into the world. Because words are things, and they become the things that you want in your life. You are what you want to be, right? You are, or you wouldn't be able to dream it. You have what you want to have, or you wouldn't be able to see it. You are it. And the more you realize that, the more you manifest that into being. So you have to understand what you're saying matters. It simply matters because it creates the life you want or the life you don't want. And so you can create more of what you want to see in the world just by making sure that your words and your thoughts and your deeds reflect those things. That's why it matters. All right. I hope you guys got something out of this. And I'm sorry I messed up on the recording part. But I love you guys, and I hope you can catch this on the replay. And take care. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.